is courtesy of Red River Co-op Food and Gas Bars. What do we have? 4, Carolyn, for each? Lots of baseball hats. All right, next we're looking for a computer memory stick, like a USB key or the sort. Who has a USB key on them? Anybody? All right, we are racing already here in your Castro Midwest Modified Heat number 1. Your leader, who started outside of row number 1, is the 00D. The Canadiana motor in, Airport motor in, Ardent Financial Group 12, also sponsored by Pepsi, in the second spot. That is Tony Casey. Third is the Veert Landscaping Gustus Sod Farms 88. That is Paul Veert at the controls. Casey now diving to the bottom alongside the 00D of David Delane, sponsored by Thor Manufacturing. And Delane doing a nice job maintaining the lead, but Tony Casey is all over him in the Airport motor in number 12. Veert coming up to join the party now. What a great race in the top 3 here in your Midwest Modified Heat number 1. Castro Midwest Modifieds with 5 laps remaining here. Great racing continues in turn number 2 as the Ardent Financial Group Pepsi number 12 to the inside of the 00D. They are drag racing all around this course. And the 00D, that car is for sale. Doing a good job maintaining that lead. Two laps remaining on the AIE Communications board, and not much changing, although a great race between the 00D and the 12. The 88 is right there as well and ready to strike. White flag coming out, just 1 to go. Tony Casey taking another shot at the 00D in turn number 1. Wow, that's some great racing over there. Here's the race to the checkered flag. Tony Casey on the inside. Veert trying to make some room. Checkered flag is waving. Your winner is the Thor Manufacturing 00D. That's David Delane. Second, the Ardent Financial Group Pepsi Canadiana motor in. Airport motor in, number 12, is Tony Casey. He will finish second. Third, the Gustus Sod Farms Case. Veert Landscaping, number 88. That's Paul Veert in the third spot. And next, we will move on to Castro Midwest Modified Heat number 2. Pat?
Hey, we want you to visit your nearest Napa Auto Parts store this fall. Some ultra-hot deals on quality tools to get the job done with discounts up to 70% off regular prices. Find great deals in this month's flyer or online at napacanada.com. Napa Auto Parts, your expert advisors with real know-how.
2 weeks ago, I decided to sell my car online. After too many text messages, strangers showing up at my house, and almost sales that went nowhere, I heard about ADESA Auctions. ADESA Auctions helped me sell my vehicle in less than 7 days. I set the price, they sold my car, and I got a check. It was that easy. Visit ADESAWinnipeg.com and start selling your vehicle today.
Heat number 2 comes out onto the racetrack and starting on the pole in the 1S, the real truck entry driven by Dustin Strand. To his outside, the 88J, he's a rookie. This is Jason Williamson. Inside row 2, 88W is Cody Wall. To his outside, the 88X is Gavin Paul. Inside row 3, the 44 is Austin Hunter. 7C is Curtis Giesbrecht. Hunter Hogard is driving the 188, and Brandon Rehill in the 4B. Whoa, we got, looks like the seven car of Curtis Giesbrick up off the top of turn number 2, and he's driving down the back straightaway. Three 88s in this race, as you've probably noticed. The black 88X, that is Gavin Paul, I believe. Dustin Strand running away with this one in the real truck, number 1. Checkered flag is in the air. Dustin Strand grabs it in the real truck number 1. Second goes to the 88X of Gavin Paul. Third to the 88 of Cody Wall. No, not Cody Wall, but Jason Williamson. And there's 4 heats, the top 2 draw. So we've covered the draw spots. Friendly reminder, there's no smoking in the grandstands or behind the main grandstand. Smoking sections are to the east of the concession or west of the washrooms. There are lots of non-smoking signs. If you're confused as to where to stand, so please observe the no smoking rules.
My name is Jeremy. I've been a technician at Speedy Glass for 16 years. I'm excited to let everyone know we have 10 new Speedy Glass on-the-go repair clinics in the Winnipeg area. On-the-go repair clinic is super convenient for you. It's the same quality as bringing it to one of our service centers. It takes 30 minutes and there's no appointment necessary. Just stop by one of our on-the-go repair clinics, the one with the red top, and we'll take care of your glass needs.
Speedy Glass Repair, Speedy Glass Replace.
All right, time for Castrol Midwest Modified Heat number 3 coming onto the racetrack now. Out of Carmen on the pole, the number 95 is Ted Dole. On the outside, the 29 is Big Chad. Inside row number 2 in the 14C, this is Cody Osachuk out of Pinewood, Ontario. And outside, Grant Hall is out of Brandon in the 4H. Row 3 out of St. Anne, Manitoba, the 17 is Chris Leake. Outside, the 10T is Tom Morriso. The 30B is Darren Boychuk, and the 48 is Rob Stutzky. Rob Stutzky out of St. Andrews in the 48 car. Great action between the 14C, who is now going high up in turn number 1 and 2, but a little bit off the pace now, battling with Big Chad there for a little bit. Now Anthony Leake in the 17 comes up to join the party on the inside of the 14 car. That is Cody Osachuk out of Pinewood, Ontario. Lots of out-of-town cars here this weekend. Don't forget, we're back here tomorrow, 5 p.m. start right here at Red River Co-op Speedway. 6 to go in this one on the AIE Communications board. Grant Hall is your leader. They are slicing and dicing in turn 3 and 4. But right now it's all Grant Hall. Ted Dell in the 95 car is out of Carmen, Manitoba. 14 car on the move, Cody Osachuk out of Ontario, currently 4th. Leak is 5th, Boychuk 6th. And oh boy, a little bit of contact in turn number 3 and 4. Boychuk way to the top of the racetrack, and he loses some position. Three to go. Boychuk throws the 30 car right into turn number 1 and 2 and almost loses it. Just 2 laps remaining, and looks like the 4H of Grant Hall has this one figured out. White flag is out for your leader. Sills number 95, Ted Dell out of Carmen, Manitoba. Firmly entrenched in the 2nd spot. Leak in the 17 car is 3rd. Leader out of turn 4, checkered flag. And it's going to go to Grant Hall out of Brandon. 2nd spot to Dell, 3rd to Leak, 4th will be the 14 car out of Ontario. That is Cody Osachuk. And unofficially in the 5th spot is the 10T, Tom Morris. So Tom, of course, out of Richer, Manitoba. But Grant Hall picks up yet another race victory here at Red River Co-op Speedway, winning heat number 3 in your Castrol Midwest Modified division. Coming up right away, Castrol Midwest Modified heat number 4.
I grew up in Lorette, and Chicken Chef was a treat for my family. Now I live in Winnipeg with my wife and kids, and I still go to Chicken Chef. You know, to stay rooted to my childhood and to help share it with my kids. Plus, the atmosphere is comfortable. The food is always good, and the people are friendly. Great coffee. So for now, Marion Street is my Chicken Chef, and Lorette, which one is your Chicken Chef?
Real food, real comfort. Come home to Chicken Chef.
All right, it is now time for Castrol Midwest Modified heat number 4. Don't forget, we're taking 5 from each race, 5 from each heat into the feature. So 20 will transfer through the 4 heat races, and in the B main, we'll take 4 more for a 24-car Midwest Modified feature coming up a little later on here tonight at Red River Co-op Speedway. Here's how they line up in Castrol Midwest Modified heat number 4. Starting on the pole, the 73 is Stephen Redmond. Outside the 44X, Devin Gordon. Inside row 2, the Bell's Property Services 14. This is Ed Bell out of Winnipeg. His running mate, John Heddingott of Emo, Ontario. Brandon Wheeler is out of Plum Coulee, Manitoba in the 99W, and Jason Somack is out of West St. Paul in the Pepsi number 3. Devin Gordon jumps out to the early lead. Good action for 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th here. Gordon with the lead. Troubles for the 44 car, drops to the last spot. The 19 car will assume the number 1 spot. That's John Heddinga out of Ebo, Ontario in the 19 car, but he's got company. Look at the racing in turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. A drag race into turn 3 between 4 cars. Well, the 80 car up front, that car started in the 4th row inside, so 7th starting position for the Fort Francis, Ontario native. That is the 80 of Jamie Davis. Jamie looking pretty sharp here in Castro Midwest Modified Heat number 4. Somac is out of West St. Paul, Manitoba, and he has rolled that number 3 into the 2nd spot. Devin Gordon having all kinds of problems now in turn 1 and 2 after leading this race for a little while. But that is not the case anymore as the 80 car, Jamie Davis out of Fort Francis, Ontario, continues to fly here in Castro Midwest Modified Heat number 4. Now Somac to the inside on the 80 car. Somac really caught up to the 80 car. I don't know if there's a mechanical issue with the 80 or not, but it seems to be losing quite a bit of speed here. Looks like a flat left rear. I think that's a flat left rear. Doing pretty well for a flat left rear, really. Maintaining the 2nd spot now as Somac drives the Somac Trucking number 3 into the number 1 spot. And that will do it. A nice run for the car number 3. A tough break for the 80 out of Fort Francis, Ontario. Jamie Davis will not win that race. However, he will get back to the pit area and change that left rear. He will advance to the Castro Midwest Modified feature.
You have 0 reasons to miss what's going on right now at your Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram dealers. Like 0% financing for up to 84 months, plus up to $10,350 in total discounts, and no payments for 90 days. When you really stop and think about it, there's 0 reasons to keep talking about this big 0. Because with this many great offers, you have 0 time to lose. On now, see your Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram dealer for details.
All right, it is now time for Super Truck Heat number 1. Starting on the pole is Mr. Excitement. This is the champion spark plug 73P of Rennie Paluco out of Winnipeg. Outside in the 2D is Jamie Vernaus. Inside row number 2 in the 04 is Wayne Grosky out of St. Jean-Baptiste. And outside row 2 in the 4th starting position, the 66T is Trevor Kraus. Inside row number 3, this is the Oakwood Roofing Olympic number 19 of Rick Lowy. And rounding out the field, the 18 sponsored by Enns Brothers.